check, mic check, 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? You're watching another edition of KSN podcast. Presented by the Kurt Social Network. Um, Shout out to my man, the engineer Doc. On this, and I'm so grateful, to keep this going. This is episode number 7, and I'm your host, Kurt the Magnificent. This guest we got coming on tonight, she is, man, I've known her for a long time. She played basketball. She played basketball for my younger sister. Growing up, they played high school ball, and she, always been a great person. And now she's doing things in the music industry. She's a DJ now, and she's getting her name really big, really out there in the community, in the county. I know she's doing parties down in the city too. She's making moves, man. She's gonna keep it going, and we're gonna really dive in and get into her story. Not in just music and DJ, but getting to before that part. So let me bring on this guest here today. Let's give it up for DJ Ash Cash. Come on, let's give DJ Ash Cash.
Hi, what's up, everybody?
Ash, what's going on? What's going on?
I can't complain, man. I cannot complain. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate this.
Look, it's an honor for me. I've never done this, so.
Oh, well, this is going to be the first of many.
This is the first of the first, absolutely. So I'm honored to be here.
Thank you. Like I said, I spoke about you in that couple-minute intro, but I want you to give us and break us down with your story. So let's start with the beginning, and we can start with the beginning with, music, sports, and how about where you come from?
Absolutely. So yeah, it kind of all ties together once I tell the story anyway. So all those aspects literally tie in together. First of all, shout out to Elmsford, big Elmsford.
Yes.
Big
Yes.
Elmsford.
You gotta say it.
Hamilton. I don't care. Yes, we from the Ford.
Right, Payne Street. Yes.
Big Payne Street. I lived there my whole life. So yeah, I rep Elmsford. I make sure that everybody, anywhere that I go, I make sure that that's known. Like, nah, I'm from Elmsford, from Westchester County. Like, I make sure not White Plains, no shade. Like, come on now, y'all can't be counting us out. I know we small, but we big. Like at the end of the day, we in conversation, so you can't count us out. But being born and raised here has been such an influence to me because of everybody that's around here. As you said, like I used to play basketball, with your sister Paris, and just growing up being in the Elmsford community. I went to all 3 schools. In high school, well, shoot, even before high school, I probably started playing basketball in 2nd grade. The free rec.
Yeah, Elmsford rec, yeah.
Up for, and I tried all the sports. I did like soccer, I did something else, and I did basketball. So I remember one day my mom had called my dad and was like, your daughter got a game today? And he's like, game? What kind of game? He's like, basketball. He's like, she want to play basketball? And he had no clue. Like, I'm just doing it because all my friends is doing it. But come to find out, it would be something that would stick with me. And will help develop me into a person that I am today, because I had wonderful coaches, wonderful teammates, wonderful community that always supported us and always uplifted us and let us know that we could do whatever we want. So without any of that, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. So that's just how that all correlates. But yeah, like I did basketball 2nd grade, been playing since then. Did high school. It was a point where I was on like 3 teams at once. Like, it was crazy. Crazy. I'm playing here. I'm playing in Greenberg. I'm playing AAU. I'm doing this. I'm in the city. I'm doing everything. Two people I would love to shout out, obviously, is my father. Like my father has been a coach in the community. Everybody know Coach Morris.
Shout out to Ernie. Shout out to Ernie Morris. Tucker Hole legend. Shout out to
Tucker
Ernie Morris.
legend. He's not
Yeah.
from Elmsford, but
Yeah.
I mean, you would never know that he wasn't from Elmsford because the way he shows up um, for us. Of course, y'all welcome. Welcome. Shout out to him. He was a great coach. Besides him being my father, like if you just talk to anybody, him just giving you structure and guidelines and things that you can transfer not just from coaching but in life as well. And another person I want to shout out as well is Benjamin Carter,
Yes.
from
Yes.
Big Greenberg. Shout out Greenberg.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for him, like my mentality going into things and trying things, probably would never be shaped that way. I never went to school for ball. Like I never went to college to play ball. I never pursued it. Like after high school, I was just, I was kind of burnt out. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I was just like, eh. But that's a whole nother story. We get into that too. Quickly. I ain't gonna take too much time with that. But yeah, but shout out to him because the things that he instilled in me made me transfer again those skills over to everything that I have going on now. So those are two people that I always got to big up. And my mom, of course, but those two right there laid the brickwork. Like, nah, if you're gonna do something, you gotta do it 100%, do it right. It's going to take work. It's going to take practice. You're not going to like it at times. You may hate it, but if it's something that you really want to do and it's something that you really enjoy doing, like all of that sacrifice is worth it at the end of the day. So that's kind of the backstory of it. So moving on to college, I ended up going to Coppin State in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah.
Yo, Kurt, me either. Like senior year came, and my plan was to stay home. I wanted to stay home, go to WCC and work. But my mom had other plans. She was like, no, you getting out of here. So I didn't apply to any schools. I applied to WCC and I was content with that. But August came around and she was like, nah, pack your bags. Like, you out of here. Like, I already got you enrolled in the school. You going to Maryland. Me, I checked it out. You'll be fine. So me being a little Westchester girl, I'm like, Baltimore, Maryland, like what?
Right.
You could only imagine, Kirk, my face when I first got down there. I was like, oh, what? What is this? Literally copy and paste the wire. Like it's copy and paste. I feel like I was
no, it's really like that there.
I really felt like I was filming in the same neighborhood. Like it looked exactly like that. But they dropped me off and I basically had to relearn everything because this is a new city, this is a new experience, a new journey. So just being, Westchester, everybody like to say, we sheltered and this, that, and the third. But being in Baltimore really did open my eyes to seeing the world, like, or not even the world, but like seeing like how harsh life could be and how nasty and how cold life can be. And that's why I always appreciate, my coaches and my parents and my community because they was always preparing me for that. They was always telling me, life is not bubblegum and rainbows. Like I know you think everything's up here because you live in sweet little Elmsford, but there's a real world out there and it's nasty. So I really got to see that up front. And then I ended up transferring to the Morgan State University. Where that's where I ended up graduating around 2016. But I had an amazing experience in Baltimore. Like it was great. Like regardless of what people think, like I know Baltimore has a stigma, but when I tell you I learned so much down there and I really learned how to rely and gain confidence in myself because that's always been something I've dealt with, like just being confident in myself and being in that environment. I'm like, shoot, if I could survive here, you know what I mean, I'll be good anywhere because it's not sweet down here at all. Like you really got to be on your P's and Q's. but just being away, having that responsibility, like it's hard. I didn't see people blow it all away in 5 minutes, like literally in 5 minutes. Like it's if you're not prepared for that, like trust me, I've seen it. You could lose it all in 5 minutes. So it was just a good experience for me. And yeah, so I was just able to use everything that I've learned and transfer that into who I am today. So that's like, a little backstory on me.
Yeah, good.
The only thing I really kick myself in the butt about is um, DJing, and we could get into that a little bit because that's kind of where it started at. So I'm at Morgan around 2012, and it ended up working out actually because my best friend went to Morgan. So when I went to Morgan, it was like, oh, I ain't missing anything because she already there, she already plugged in, and you know what I mean. So it was easy for me to go in and just figure everything out. But being at college, being all the parties and everything like that,
Yeah,
God
yeah.
knows how many parties
I
I
know you
went.
probably had a bunch of parties down there. I already
Yeah,
know.
and I kick myself in the butt all the time because I'm like 2012, being a DJ was not a conversation. It wasn't a conversation. It wasn't being brought up, especially for females. I mean, even now, like they're like this. The spark of female DJs has definitely risen, but you ask somebody 2012, 2013 about a female DJ, and they're gonna look at you like, "What?" Like, because that's what I did. I was literally
Yeah,
like, what? I'm not trying to be no DJ. But I ended up having an apartment with my friends, and we used to throw little house parties and stuff like that. And of course, I'm doing the music. Mind you, I'm just like on YouTube, just freestyle and just whatever I remember and stuff like that.
yeah.
And my best friend, shout out to her, she always was like, she's the one that told me back then. She was like, you should be a DJ. And I'm like, girl, please. Like I just laughed at the thought. I'm like, yeah, right. Like DJ, like it never crossed my mind. I didn't take it serious. And I just wish that if I had went back to those parties, and just stood next to them and just watched what they was doing, like just peep what they was doing, I could only imagine where I would be right now. But things work out for a reason. And things happen for a reason. So I'm not mad about it. But just the fact that all the way back then she seen it and I didn't see it at all. I just laughed it off. I was like, yeah, no. I don't think that's a real thought for me at all. Like, girl, I'm here to party, graduate, make sure I do what I'm expected to do of my parents, and yeah, just do what I'm supposed to do. So it wasn't really a real thought in my head. But once we came home, we graduated, we working, we doing our 9 to 5 thing.
Mm-hmm.
And she would come over my house every day and we would sit on the couch and we would be like, yo, this is not it. Like having a 9 to 5 is not it. Gotta come in, clock in, answer somebody, do this,
Yeah,
do that.
yeah.
Like we was like, yo, this is not it. Like every day we would sit there and we would brainstorm, like, oh, well, what can we do? And I'm like, well, we can't sing, we can't rap. um, we didn't want to be bottle girls. No disrespect, but, that's like, you know what I mean? Like we were really sitting there trying to brainstorm, like coming up with lists, like
Right,
what
right.
can we do? And then COVID came, so now we are home, and
Mm-hmm.
she had the idea to do lashes, which I also started with her as
I
well.
remember this. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember this. Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
started to do lashes with her because I figured I'm like, okay, I could do this. Like this is easy. No, it's not. If you're thinking about doing lashes or going into that lane, like no, I shout out to all the people that do lashes, lash techs, estheticians, anything of that nature, because no, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But around that time, my birthday was coming up, and I had went to Atlanta with a bunch of my friends. And that turned out great. My friends, my family, everybody came. So he was like, oh, we should do it this year. So we were going to go to Houston, but then COVID happened. So we couldn't do it. We were all forced to be home.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right. I don't want to, everybody told, oh, you got to get a hobby and you got to find a skill and become useful. And everybody was doing that. So I did start off with lashing. But then around my birthday time, I was trying to figure out, all right, what am I going to do? So everything is still closed. And my birthday's in the summer. My birthday's in June. So I'm like, oh, yeah, we throwing it old school. We doing cookout. Hello? Like, everybody pull up.
Mm-hmm.
So she asked the question. She's like, so who you going to have DJ? And I'm like, DJ, I ain't get no DJ, girl. We going to put the iPod playlist on like
right,
that.
Put the aux on, right.
Yeah, we going to get the aux pop. And she's like, no, you can't do that. You got to get a DJ. And I'm like, I'm not paying for no DJ. Mind you, I'm already paying for all this stuff already. Food, tables, it was big. So I was like, nah, I'm not paying for no DJ. So she's like, so then you DJ. And I'm like, all right, why not? Like, you keep telling me to do this. So I'm like, all right, why not? So I ended up going on Amazon and buying like this little toy controller. Like, I kid you not, Kurt, it was probably like this big.
Mm-hmm.
It was like this big and had no clue how to use it. I probably ordered it in March and I didn't figure out how to get the sound to work until like April.
Wow.
Mind you, I'm running on time. I'm running on a time thing because the party in June.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God. So finally I figured that out. And then once I figured that part out, I was like, all right. Then I had to figure out how to get the music. I'm like, oh God, how do you get the music? I'm thinking the music comes with it. No.
Nope.
No, the music does not come with it. So I had to figure out how to get music. And my theme was like early 2000s. So I was trying to get music around that area. So I ended up finding music around that area. And long story short, through the cookout, I DJ'd it. It was amazing. Everybody had a great time. And after the cookout, the feedback that I was getting was, of course, you should keep going. And I'm like, what, for real? And I was like, you know what? Like, this is when Benji and my dad and everybody clocked in, like, nah, let's go. Like, this your time. Like, this your time, kids. So I was like, all right, cool. And DJing, I respect it. Shout out to all the DJs. Like, obviously, this is it's just like lashing. It's not easy. I thought I was going to be going up there, pressing some buttons, looking cute, like, no, that
not it.
That's far from that. Yep. It's far from that. You really got to sit down. You really got to study. You really got to focus. So I started going on like YouTube and stuff like that, trying to figure it out. But I'm a hands-on learner. I gotta physically do it. You show me how to do it, like, because I can't do it from, I don't know. It doesn't work for me like that. So I ended up like going on Instagram and searching Westchester DJs. And the first one that popped up was DJ Tech 12. Shout out to Tech 12. He's from Mount Vernon. And I just hit him up. I'm like, hey, I see that you're a DJ in the Westchester area. Is it cool if I pull up to this event that I see that you're about to have? He was right in Mount Vernon. He's like, yeah, sure. Kurt, that first night that I pulled up, I knew right then and there. I was like, oh, yeah.
Where was it at? Where was it at? What was the event?
At 159, actually. You remember?
Wow. 159.
It was at 159. And I kid you not, I watched him. And I was so amazed the way he controlled the room, the way he commanded the room. Like, it was amazing. I was in such awe. Like, I was like, this is what you could do? And he's like, yeah. So after that, that's when I really started to take it serious. I started going out to all these events, started networking, meeting with people, just trying to learn more. Like, that's always been my goal, is just to learn more, like just to how to become better. It got to a point where I networked and I was able to get a good friend of mine. His name is DJ Awab. Shout out to DJ Awab.
Wow, it's my man Wab. Shout to Wab.
Yes, absolutely. He pulled up to my crib. He pulled up to my crib and gave me lessons. So I always appreciate him. I will always shout him out. Like, that's one of the greatest teachers ever. Like, he really sat up in here and taught me, what I was really trying to learn, because even at that point, like, I still really didn't know what I was doing. Like, I'm just up there just trying to copy what I see. but he really broke down and explained everything to me, showed me the mechanics, showed me how to use stuff. And then that's where I was able to upgrade my equipment, and that's how we got to where we are now.
Look at that.
Yeah,
That
man.
was
Crazy
full
story.
circle. Yeah, no, and listen, I didn't even have to say much to get you there because you did that. Like
Yeah.
most of my notes I have, you already
Answer
exceeded. It's
that.
only one.
You see how all that stuff just correlates together, like I don't know, some crazy way, like everything, like the great Doc P said, like everything just turned full circle for me. So that's how I knew. I was like, all right, Ashley, this is something that you're supposed to be doing. You're doing it, the best of your ability of what you can do. Like I said, I'm still learning, like nobody's perfect, obviously. Um, but it's been an amazing journey, like just every day, especially when I learn something new and I have something to practice that I can work on. One thing I know I do need to work on is that microphone. If you know, you know, I don't touch that thing. I don't touch that thing at all. I'm the total opposite. I don't want nothing to do with it at all. But don't worry, we're gonna get there eventually. Like once I get more comfortable, like I promise y'all. 'Cause if you need to talk, I'll be like, no, about what?
Right,
But
right.
no, like that's really hard. Like it's hard. Trust me. Like
Yeah, I
it's not
mean to
chill.
do multiple because you're already doing the music and then you gotta do that. Like, yeah, it could be a
And then
little hard,
don't
you
let the
know.
transition be bad. They be ready to throw
Oh yeah,
tomatoes at you.
oh yeah, yeah,
Boo,
yeah,
boo. Who
yeah.
is this?
Especially you out there. Shout out to Ferris Ave World Ball. You've been out there doing that for a few years or so, and then other events you've been doing. Shout out to my man Mike Rhodes. You about to do a brunch for him out there in New Rochelle.
Absolutely, yes, on the
Couple of Sunday.
22nd.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So you just keep it going. Don't worry, you're gonna get to that part with the music and the mic. You'll be fine. But right now, with the music, you're doing great. I've seen it, and the
Appreciate that.
people that you've been around. Shout out the Wops. When you talk the Wops, you tell them ask about me.
I'm into the
We
heavyweights,
we
okay?
we
I'm
go back.
heavyweight.
We
Yes.
go back. I mean, we go back to WCC. We was in WCC together, and
Damn.
and
That's
he was talking about parties then. I don't think he was DJing at yet, but he was talking about parties then. And then he got into DJing and he was doing parties. And every time I see him, it's just like we always laugh because there's always just moments that we'll kind of bring back. But
mhm.
that's a good dude right there. Shout out to Wobbs, man.
Absolutely. I've had amazing teachers. Shout out to DJ Kool-Aid, DJ Life,
D
DJ
life, D life.
Jericho. Yeah. And funny story about that too, like even with the whole Ferris thing.
D
Um,
life used to be the guy at one
yeah,
time. Yeah.
it still is. This is what I want everybody to understand. All right. We're gonna get into that real quick. Okay. So Ferris, right? Boom. Once they started having Ferris again after COVID and everything like that, right?
Mhm.
I have pulled up to a game and rest in peace, Higgsy. Him and
Higgs.
him and
Oh,
Peace was down there. Yeah, rest in peace, man.
yeah.
Rest in peace to him. Shout out to him. Shout
Yeah.
out to the family and everybody over there at Ferris. Like I love
Definitely.
them. That's my second family right there. I love those people. Um, but yeah, I had went to the game and him and Kesey was arguing over the music, right? Because Kesey young, he want to hear turned up music. Higgsy like, nah, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. So I'm like, y'all don't have a DJ? And they're like, yeah, but because of his schedule and stuff like that, like, sometimes he's not available to get to the games.
Mhm.
Um, and with me, like my schedule was open. So I'm like, oh, this will be great practice. So I want to say maybe like the first game I went out there was probably like a Tuesday because I talked to Keith and I talked to Chi Chi. Shout out to Chi Chi. Shout out to Oopie. Um,
Opie. Yep.
Shout out to everybody over there. I
Yeah.
had Chi Chi actually reached out to me. They're like, oh, everybody's telling me that you're a DJ. This is my first time actually meeting Chi Chi. And she's like, I heard that you're a DJ. You should come out to a game. So yeah, I went the first night. Is like a Tuesday. Small crowd, nothing crazy. Like how it's normally been. Did a Thursday game. It's a little bit more. By Sunday, Kurt,
No. First of all, Sunday games at Ferris is just
but
packed.
it's
That's
crazy
already
watching the progression because it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that before. Like it was. I'm not going to say it was dry, but It did.
it was a crowd, but to the last few years, it has been it's just wrong.
It's
It's almost taking two courts. It's taking the two courts. It's taking over the two courts now over there.
like all of the elements that just came together between me, TC, Chi Chi, Sideline Media. Shout out to Sideline Media
Yeah,
and all the amazing stuff that he's done for Ferris. Like all of those four key components right there, when that all came together, like that really helped blow Ferris up. Um, but yeah, at the time I didn't know that D Life was the DJ or whatever.
yeah, yeah,
Because of his, work schedule, which is totally understandable because, shoot, I'm trying to figure out what the schedule is for Ferris because I got look, I got work too. Like I'm
Listen.
tired at the games, yo.
Right,
I
right.
be so tired, y'all. Like I'm not even gonna lie, but I continue to do it because I love it. Like at
Yeah,
the end of the day, like it's such a fun community thing that's obviously been around for years. That's a staple in the White Plains community. And I'm just so glad that the White Plains community opens up their arms to all of us neighboring, neighborhoods and stuff like that. Because there used to be a time where Mazzaro used to have men's games too, right?
yeah. This is years back when I was
Yeah,
like a teenager, or I can coming up.
trust
Actually, I played one year in the 6'2" and under league when I was
me.
like 18, 19. But after a couple years, by like the mid late 2000s, it was gone. It was done,
Yeah,
and they
yeah. I
never
was
brought it
sad.
back.
I was like, damn, did we used to have one for the men's too? But
Yeah, yeah. So
so the fact that yeah, they open up their arms to all of us neighboring communities, we appreciate that. And I appreciate them for just giving me a chance because that's really how I learned. And I thought it would be great practice for me just being out there. Besides being a bedroom DJ, because that's all I was doing at the time. Like
right.
that's literally all I was doing at the time. I was doing small bookings, whatever I could get, private events and stuff like that, but that really helped put me, out there because obviously what Ferris is now. Um, but yeah, that really did help me. And then, just having the support of all of those people, and the people that show up and come out every night that want to have a good time and come party with us, like we appreciate y'all. Y'all don't understand because when I tell you we be tired rolling up to that park, because I be coming straight from work, like literally from work, load up my car, and then go to the park. Like it, but again, I'm not even gonna say I don't complain because I do be complaining. I'll be like, oh, I'm tired. But I once I get me a little rumalicious and a little fish sandwich, like now I'd be good. I'd be like, all right, now we can get started. Now we can have
Right.
some fun. Um, but yeah, such an amazing experience, and it's been such a beautiful journey, like to where I am now. Like I wouldn't change anything. I wouldn't take anything back. Like the only thing I would take back is the college thing. Like, yeah, I need to go back to those parties and go watch what they was doing instead of partying. But besides that, like that's been such an amazing experience. So
And listen, what you just gave us, that was an amazing experience for
thank
real. And
you.
like I said, I didn't have to do too much. You let it flow, and that's all I want to do on this show is let
Hmm.
people flow and let them give us their journey. And I'm glad you did that. Real quick before we get out of here, a couple minutes, I'm gonna, since you in the music, I'm gonna give you a few questions I want to ask you. I want to
Oh,
get your debate on it. Yeah, yeah, no, no, this is gonna be good because you in the music.
right.
So, all
Yeah.
right. So, all right. Um, who's your favorite girl group that you like to play?
Who? I'm not even gonna say a girl group. I'm gonna say my favorite female artist. Obviously, top of the charts right now. It's Little Kim, Foxy Brown. Like I know we have other greats like Queen Latifah, but I didn't grow up on that. I grew up on Little Kim. I grew
Mm-hmm.
up on Foxy. I grew up on Eve. I grew up on Missy.
Yes.
So when I look at female DJs, and I mean not female DJs, female rappers, um, I don't know if there's any groups. Yeah, nah, I would just have to do them single. So yeah,
Okay.
those is definitely my pick.
Okay. What about singers? Any R&B singers?
I don't even want to say. I don't even want to say who one of them is because he's all controversial. But we you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. I got you. I got you.
but look, you can't take away with the man. You know what I mean? He can sing
Yeah.
like
Listen. Let me tell you something. I still play that man music. I don't care what everybody said, because I grew up. I was listening to that music as a young kid
that's what
growing up,
we
and I
grew up
still
on.
listen to the
Like,
music.
I'm sorry, y'all. Like at the
Yeah,
end of the
we
day,
talking about Kells if y'all don't know. That's what we talking about. But I ain't want to. I know you didn't
like
want to say it. I'm gonna say
lyrically,
it.
his voice, like just I don't care. I could go
Yeah.
pre what we knew. If I go into any spot right now and I was to drop a Kel song, everybody gonna get up. Like
Oh, definitely. Yeah, most definitely.
that's
Definitely.
that's not a
Yeah.
that's not a
Well,
problem.
Ash,
That's a fact.
I appreciate you coming on. Thank you for giving us that life journey that you went on and what you're still continuing doing.
Yeah, man, I'm still here. I'm still learning. Anybody who want to help me, DJs out there, if you're watching this, please hit me up on my page because I look for all assistance.
What's your
Like,
give us your page? Give us your
oh,
give all your
yes, you're right.
give
How
us
I not do that? You can follow me on Instagram at Sounds by Ash Cash.
yes.
So Sounds by, and then you can see my little DJ name right there. So you can put Ash Cash.
Okay. With the
It's
$ S.
Yes, absolutely. And that's funny too, because I forgot. I think that was at the cookout. Everybody was a little intoxicated, and that's what they kept calling me. So I was like, you know what, we gonna roll with it. They like, yeah, Ash Cash, play another song, and I'm like, all right, the name's Ash Cash. Then I didn't even decide my name; the people decided it for me. So it's just always been there. So I'm glad that I finally opened up my eyes and accepted what I was supposed to do because it's always been a little in my little ear, but I just never listened to it. I'm good at ignoring stuff sometimes. So
Well, it's a great name. And again, I appreciate you. Thank you. You keep giving us that music that we need. And I want to have you back on again on another time if that's
absolutely, I
possible.
would love to. I would love to. This was great. That, like I said, this was my first time doing something like this. So this was a great experience. So I appreciate it. And I'm honored to be here. Like I said, ain't nobody asked me about my story before. So,
Well, it's the first of many. So
the
thank
first
you
of
again.
many. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you again. Doc, the engineer, thank you for putting us all
Absolutely.
together. And once again, another special edition here of the KSN podcast on the Kurt Social Network. I'm Kurt the Magnificent. Peace, love. You already know. Have a good night, y'all. Number one